There are over 200 free games on the PlayStation Store in 2026, but let's be honest, most of them are not even worth your time. Some of these games have platinums that take under an hour to complete, and some could literally take you more than 1,000. So today I'm showing you 10 free games you can platinum and ranking them from the easiest ones all the way up to the ones that might actually make you lose your mind. Alright, let's get into it. Kicking off the list, we've got The Light in the Darkness. The Light in the Darkness is a story-driven game set during the Nazi occupation of France in World War II, and this game is definitely not one you expected to be free and to be on this list. Most of the game is just walking around, watching cutscenes and going through the story, with a few mini-games here and there. I actually played and platinumed this one myself, and even though it's a little bit goofy, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda enjoyed it. It's short, it's simple, and it's got a pretty emotional story. You're looking at about an hour to complete it, and difficulty wise this is gonna be my 1 out of 10 difficulty game. Next up is Astro's Playroom. Everyone probably already knows about this game because this literally comes free with every PS5. And this one is actually really cool. This game, when it first came out, it was very crazy because it was showing off everything the PS5 controller can do. So we're talking about the triggers, vibrations, all of that stuff, and it's just really well done. You go through different PlayStation themed areas like the GPU, SSD, and there's a ton of Easter eggs and references from other games. And the best part is that if you like this game, later on they also released Astrobot, which I never played honestly, but I also know it's a pretty amazing game. It takes about 5 to 6 hours to platinum. You might need a guide for a couple of trophies, but nothing is missable, so it's a pretty chill one, and that's why this platinum is rated a 2 out of 10 difficulty. Okay, so this one is a little different. For the 3 out of 10 difficulty game, we've got AAA Dynamic Scenes. I don't know if I should really call this a game, but this is basically animated wallpapers with puzzles. And yeah, that's basically it. The gameplay is literally just solving a puzzle. The name of the game makes it sound like it's a big budget AAA game, but in reality it's just a chill, low budget puzzle game. Most trophies are won just by solving the jigsaw puzzles on easy, medium, then hard mode. Most of them you just need to place the pieces in the correct spots, some you will need to rotate some pieces, and a few also require you to do 0 mistakes. And that's why this platinum is rated a 3 out of 10 difficulty, because it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it will also not be easy. You will need to get used to the puzzles and also to the game. This one I think it's really skill dependent, so I believe you can do it really fast if you are good at it, but you can also take a little bit of time if you are not that good. So I'll say it will take anywhere between 8 to 12 hours to do it. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little bit harder. For the 4 out of 10 difficulty game, we've got Rogue Company. You may also know this game because it's been around for a long time, but in case you don't, it's a third-person online shooter from the same company who made Smite and Paladins. You have a variety choice of unique characters which are called the Rogues, each with their own weapons and abilities. I actually really like this game and did the platinum on it, of course, and I can tell you one thing, this game is super team focused, so if you end up with a terrible squad, it will get really annoying. So if you're going for this one, I would recommend you to have someone to do it. And also because there's one trophy which requires you to spend 25 hours in a party, so you will need someone to get in a party with. Other than that, you only need 100 wins and the rest of the trophies will probably come while you grind that one. Also, if you like to play games on the PC, this game has cross-save, so you can platinum the game on the PC and then everything will carry over to the PlayStation. This one is definitely skill-based, that's why it's a 4 out of 10 difficulty, but if you stick with it, expect around 40 to 50 hours for the platinum. For the 5 out of 10 difficulty game, we've got War Robots Frontiers. This game is a mech shooter where you build your own robot and fight other players online. Yeah, just like Rogue Company, this one is also very team based, so who you play with actually matters a lot. The trophies themselves are really easy, but the grind is real. You'll be doing stuff like hitting level 50, winning 100 matches in a squad and dealing millions of damage. There are also some random trophies like getting MVP 15 times or winning a match when the enemy is at 99%, which requires a little bit of RNG. Nothing is necessarily hard, just very time consuming. I've actually never played this one myself, but I've always seen it on the PlayStation Store, so I might give it a try. And that's why this platinum is rated a 5 out of 10 difficulty, and if you're going for this one, expect around 125 hours for the platinum. For the 6 out of 10 difficulty game, we've got Brawlhalla. This is maybe my favorite game out of this list. I played this one with my friends a lot. And this is basically a 2D fighting game just like Super Smash Bros. Where you fight other players online using different legends, each one with their unique weapons. And the trophies on this one aren't necessarily hard as well, but there's a lot of grind to do. You'll need to do stuff like 250 wins, 1000 knockouts, 100,000 gold, and leveling up 10 legends to level 10, which takes forever. I also did this platinum, and I remember it being kinda annoying because of the last trophy I got, which was the 100,000 gold. There's no way to track how many gold you've won, so you will just have to keep winning gold until eventually you win the trophy. I played this game for 133 hours as you can see, but I played a lot after getting the platinum. Realistically, it will take you around 100 to 120 hours to do it. For the 7th place I got Smite. There's a really high chance you probably already know of this game because this game has been around for ages, but in case you don't, this is basically a 5v5 team-based MOBA, where you play as different gods from different mythologies. And this game is all about strategy, abilities, and also teamwork. This game is usually very compared to League of Legends, so if you've ever played that game, you will probably like this one as well. There are 41 trophies in this platinum, and almost all of them are just grindy. And the annoying part is that I actually wanted to do this one, but I didn't because for this platinum you actually need to get a pentakill only using a single ability, which is just stupid in my opinion. The rest of the trophies, some are quite easy, some require a little bit of grind, but that trophy in specific is probably the one that's gonna make you quit. If you want an easier alternative, they also released Smite 2 recently, and it has a way easier platinum. But if you still choose and try to do the original Smite, expect around 100 hours to complete it. For the next game, we got one of the best free-to-play games ever in my opinion, which is The Finals. This game is a team-based first-person shooter, but with a twist. Everything is fully destructible, even more than Battlefield. And the main goal is simple, you just need to grab the cash and cash it while the other teams are trying to wipe you and steal it from you. This game is from Embark Studios, the same devs behind Ark Raiders, and honestly, this game is just a masterpiece. I've put around 150 hours into this game on the PC, and that wasn't even for the trophies. I was just playing because this game is actually that good. But when it comes to the platinum, that's a completely different story. At first it looks easy, you got your basic trophies like reviving teammates, playing matches, trying different builds, everything like that, nothing too crazy. But then you have the trophy for collecting a total of 50 million cash. That one trophy alone will take you hundreds of matches and an insane amount of time. This is where the grind really kicks in. Despite that insane grind, I really think this game is really amazing and everyone should try it out. Overall, if you're thinking about going for this one, expect anywhere between 500 to 800 hours for the platinum. This was the only game I found that was an actual 9 out of 10 difficulty on PSN profiles, and this game is Star Trek Online. This is a MMO set in the Star Trek universe, of course, where you can create your own captain, fly your ship and go through a massive story with over 100 missions, both in space and on the ground. The trophies are mostly tied to the story and progression. You will need to complete every single story arc, plus level up a ton and go through a bunch of content. But here's the problem, this platinum is rated at 9 out of 10 difficulty, and not because it's super hard, but it's just insanely long. For this one you will be repeating a lot of missions, doing a lot of grind, and some trophies even require daily or long-term commitment. So if you're thinking about going for this one, it will take you between 300 to 400 hours. And before we get into the hardest free-to-play platinum on this list, I've got a special mention. Fortnite. This one isn't the hardest, as it's only rated a 3 out of 10 difficulty, but it's one of the longest grinds ever on any game that ever existed. And if you wanna know more about this platinum, check out this video I made where I talked about all of my platinums, and of course I also talk about this one. And now finally, coming in the hardest free-to-play game with a rate of 10 out of 10 difficulty is Fall Guys. I believe that this is the only 10 out of 10 free-to-play game that there is, and I agree, but if you only do it the right way. You probably already know of this one as well, but this is basically a party battle royale where you go through obstacle courses, mini games and survive rounds until you're the last one standing. Most of the trophies in this game are actually pretty simple, like qualifying in some rounds, winning some games, buying cosmetics and leveling up your battle pass. But then there's a trophy that decides everything. Winning 5 games in a row. A lot of people have this platinum because there's a lot of ways to cheese this one. Sometimes they put some limited time modes which are really easy to win, but if you play the normal mode, this one is gonna require you a lot of skill. I did this one back when the game came out and most of the people weren't that good, so this one wasn't actually that hard for me, but nowadays it's way harder. I have about 100 hours played on this game, but I also played it after doing the plat, but I believe you can do it in probably around 40 to 70 hours, depending on your skill. So yeah guys, let me know if you like this type of video, and if so, tell me if you want a part 2 with even more games. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye!